That's why, that one. All right.
1-1.
Yes, people. I said I check. Which one is yours? Okay,
Yeah.
that one is yours. This one. Lovely.
Right.
All right, Trinidad and Tobago, welcome on the inside. It is 6:04 right now in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. We are live under the radar now with Heavy Duty
Yes.
and David Welch. Heavy, what's going on?
Good afternoon to you, David Welch. I want to say thank you for Kingsley and Mr. X for holding it down.
Yes.
Right. We are on the home stretch here. This is the show that takes them home from 6 to 8 under the radar.
We're going straight until 8.
Yep.
We close off the station.
Yep.
And then we have Stephen Reese and, you have Andy Williams and Pitbull opening in the morning. All right. So I see already starting off the news there, the former Prime Minister, former Minister of Energy Industries as well, Faris Rowley, Stuart Young. My apologies there.
Yeah.
Asking for a freedom of information into Watson Duke's appointment. I think that one trending again now. How is it only money trending? What's going on? We had to play that tomorrow in Lotto. Money had to play?
And Playway.
Playway, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Money had to play.
Something so.
Something had to play.
So Watson Duke was appointed. I'm lost.
Yeah, Watson Duke got a state board appointment at the end of I think 2025 or so, right? He's a consultant, right? That is what Watson Duke is, a consultant, and he's making a total of $40,000 a month. Nothing suspicious. He have the qualifications for it.
All right.
Making $40,000 a month in that appointment, and well, the PNM in terms of Stuart Young, it says PNM lawyers file freedom of information requests on Duke's NGC appointment to the National Gas Company. The opposition People's National Movement attorneys Randall Mitchell, Stuart Young have filed a freedom of information request calling on the National Gas Company NGC to give detailed information on the hiring of Progressive Democratic Patriots PDP leader Watson Duke as an advisor/consultant to the NGC. What's the big issue there? It's the big issue. They could hire whoever consultants they want. In fact, they created rules just before they left her, and I have the information on that. All right, we had the mark on that, but I ain't gonna say none just yet. I ain't gonna say nothing just yet. But they created rules to put their stooges in just before they lost the election. And what they upset about? I don't understand. What they upset about? What about Watson Duke's appointment raises any severe red flags for the People's National Movement or for the country in general?
Why that even a issue?
You always keep saying that every
Watson
time.
Duke not even a UNC.
He's a PDP. But
what is the issue?
Many people say that this is what they say. Now it's again a set of nonsense and hogwash. Multiple people saying now that it is a payment for Watson Duke, given that he supported Farley Augustine in Tobago and told his people to vote for Farley Augustine. So his payment now is this $40,000 thing right after the whole Tobago elections, the THA elections. All right? But if you're saying that, all well and good. What is the issue with paying Watson Duke $40,000 a month, knowing that it had persons back in PNN that were making hundreds of $1,000s a month?
You see me, David. You see these kind of topics.
Yeah.
I don't like to talk about these topics. You know why?
Why?
To me, it's not bread and butter issues. It's not affecting the layman.
I agree.
Right?
I agree.
These is just politicians politicking.
And ironically, this is
that Freedom of Information Act that they're trying to fight to find out why Watson Duke gained $40,000 to be a consultant, right? It's just double standards and hypocrisy.
Very much.
Right? We all know that Faris Harari allegedly had a woman, you understand, who was considered to be his mistress, right? Working in when he was Attorney General in the Attorney General's office, and he had a position for her that she wasn't qualified for and paying her a monthly salary. And when he moved over to public utilities, when he moved over to Minister of Local Government, she went over there and he created a position for her to and given and paying her double the salary that she was working for, right? So nobody asked for Freedom of Information Act into that. When PNM lawyers was getting over $100 million, right? And a question was asked, why were these lawyers, all these lawyers, being paid all this money for consultation fees? Nobody wasn't asking.
Correct.
Nobody went and find out Freedom of Information Act. But you want to know why Watson you getting $40,000 a month. Nobody asked why a particular oil drilling company, right, got the contracts to drill oil and turn into fake oil.
Or don't forget the stadium, power washing the stadium.
Power washing the stadium.
All right.
You understand?
That's important.
And nobody asking why certain 1%ers who have big company and big business getting contracts to build pavement on the avenue.
Exactly.
Exactly. How come they're getting contracts all over? They're in the contractor business to get contracts and they have $1 billion business all over the country. They're getting contracts to build pavement. Nobody asking all that. Why are they coming out with this tit for tat? Man.
Well, I like that you say that, because there's a question that I always ask here, and this is from, again, the good minister, Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein took to a press conference to unearth some of the revelations coming out of the CDA. And I just want to ask PNM and the opposition, why don't they file a Freedom of Information into the CDA to find out how much money the PNM was paying to Karen Clark Rowley? And in case maybe Penelope opened her fridge door and closed at the same time, or maybe Stuart Young and Randall Mitchell open the fridge door and close it, I just want to remind them. I could remind them?
Go ahead.
All right, let me remind them. Take a listen.
I was also alarmed to learn of what happened with employment at the CDA also. A document purporting to be a contract, which is in fact a contract, that was signed on the 3rd of July 2024, retained one called Karen Clark Rowley as the general manager for a period of 3 years with effect from the 3rd of July 2024 at the CDA. Now, Karen Clark Rowley, according to this document, is probably the beneficiary of a Victoria Keys HEC apartment. I'm seeing that on the document here. The remuneration package of Mrs. Clark Rowley is $44,000 per month, a traveling allowance of $5,000 per month, an entertainment allowance of $1,500 per month, a cell phone allowance of $500 per month. She's entitled to a bonus based on performance and gratuity of 20% at the end of service. And these are the terms of the contract. And in fact, Mrs. Rowley, based on a document here, dated the 7th of March 2025, indicated that she attained the retirement age of 60 on the 8th of November 2024. But due to her contract of employment, her new retirement date would be at a later date. So the reason why I raise this concern is we are looking at what happened at the CDA that I just outlined while Mrs. Clark Rowley was in charge of that particular authority. I'm told, it could be denied or admitted, but I'm told that she's the sister of Mrs. Sharon Clark Rowley, or the sister-in-law of the former Prime Minister, who has received this very good remuneration package.
So you just heard it there from the the minister.
The minister,
right?
yeah.
Yes, Saddam Hussein, the honorable. All right. So while they're complaining about Watson Duke, they allowed for a friend and a family, and I don't think Watson Duke is any family member to Kamala Prasad-Bissessar, if I'm correct, right? No anything.
Nope.
All right. So they're complaining about this, but they allowed for Karen Clark Rowley to engage her in a $44,000 salary per month, and then it have perks on top of that. And then what they also do is they allowed for her to get a Victoria Keys apartment as well here in Trinidad and Tobago. And additionally, they gave a former prime minister of another country, not just one, not two, but 3 apartments.
In Victoria Keys.
Correct. 3. You see who was benefiting? So why did they come and talk about that? And why is that not a major concern for the People's National Movement, and particularly for Penelope Beckles, Stuart Young, and Randall Mitchell? Why is it Watson Duke? What they trying to link? What they trying to paint? What is the brush that what is the picture they trying to paint out for us?
I could be brutally honest on national radio.
Yes, you could.
Right? As far as I'm concerned, I don't care what PNM does. I don't want to know PNM is. I find we coming here to talk about PNM is making them relevant. Right?
Yeah.
I need to move forward now because to me, they are looking for relevance. They are non-entity.
Yeah.
Right? They lost. Right? They're in opposition. Okay? On top of that, they have weak leadership and they have nobody to really stand up to say, nobody in there to say they're not saying nothing as a layman will say. Right? They went to Tobago don't want to reject them outright. Right? They are grabbing at straws. They at their end. Right?
Yeah.
So me coming here to talk about when they say this and what they say this, to me, just like I said when Rowley come and call the Prime Minister Jamming, he's trying to make PNM so relevant.
And so what he say on that. But let me just take 3 calls on it then. 2 to 3.
Okay, we could go down and take 3 calls on it, but I really don't care what they do.
Caller.
Right, very nice program indeed. Heavy and demand there.
Yes, David Welch.
Well done, good program. I want to find out 2 things. One, there's a guy who was the chairman of some Port of Spain UNC. Passed away recently. You have any idea when is his funeral? Anybody know anything about that?
A chairman of a UNC chairman in Port of Spain?
Yes.
Corporation?
Yes. He passed away recently. He was on Facebook and everything. And he passed away. Do some research.
Yeah,
have a guy die.
We'll have to. Somebody might call and give us the name of the person.
The next thing, I want to agree with, I think is Heavy made the point there for PNM. After 70 years, you in governance for about 50-something years, and you can't get an invitation, right? You can't get an invitation for one of the former prime ministers, right? But you want to come and talk about what UNC is doing and what you do. PNM is hurting. They are hurting gravely. You can remember one of their senators, a guy they call Mohammed, boy, the 30, you must control the 30, right? So that's what I'm telling them. Don't have no hold of the treasury again. You can't manipulate and do what they have to do as doing with the money or the taxpayers, and it's hurting them. And you know that is that East Indian is the prime minister. A lot of the supporters hate the prime minister because she's an East Indian. I'm saying it's a national radio. She's a wonderful, beautiful lady, and you see that international thing she got the other day with meeting Donald Trump and all of them. That hurt them. The national flag behind her back, and she was represented in a beautiful way. Royal treatment she got, and that was mad. They couldn't take it, and that is why all this kind of thing was said. But I will not repeat it. He is classless. That former prime minister is classless. He's a raging bull, and he's nonsensical. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, caller. Do you have a next caller?
No, not just that. 622-4911, 622-4911. That's the number to call. But Duke said here earlier today that his role is to offer independent guidance to the company's operations. That's it. End of story. All right?
David Welch.
Yeah. I'll have you on here.
My purpose on this Talk City 91.1, your address for talk radio station, right, is to guarantee the people of Trinidad and Tobago, the right-thinking people of Trinidad and Tobago, that the PNM doesn't see the wars of power in this country ever again. Right? Yeah. Right now, the PNM is salting in the wing, waiting with bated breath, waiting patiently for the UNC and Canada services to make any kind of mistake so they can come out and say, hey, look, you see? Yeah. Look, that was vote for me. So they can come back. I want to make sure that these people don't get back into power after Kamala fix back this country, after we get all the contracts with BP and Shell and the Dragon Gas and the Mammoth and all the money started flow back in 2030 when money started coming, that they're looking to come into power to control that money, to put it back in this crap again. Right? Because that is the record. That is what they do historically. Right? Yeah. And look out. I'm telling Trinidad and Tobago, and I'm saying it now. All 2028, 2029, they're going to stir up something to have civil unrest in this country, to make this government look bad, so that the following couple of years in the general election for 2030, they could come out victorious. I know what they're going to do, you know. I'm telling you, look out. History, we're not going to allow history to repeat itself. You understand? When they realize that they're going to, when they realize they're drowning and they're looking for a life raft and they get desperate, right? Money is going to be spent to have civil unrest, something drastic here that's going to happen in this country, so they can blame the government for it and then come back to the people and say, look, we go do better. Under our new leadership. But we're not buying that. That is me. This is me coming here to see 1986 and 1990 never happen again.
And some people would buy it or not.
Well, this is why we are here on this radio station. I'm not going to waste my time talking frivolous politics with tit for tat, and they do this and them come to say this now, and them do that and they come to say this now. That politics. Right? We understand. We know all what they did. And they come to play back the same tactics. You understand? I am not going to come on radio to talk about and make PNM relevant. Because every time I come here and say PNM, that's free advertising for them. Every time I come here and say Penny, free advertising for she. And then I come here and say Rowley, let me tell you something. Good advertising, bad advertising, same advertising. Understand what I'm saying? So, I want to make them irrelevant. I want to come here and say the good things the government is doing to change the country and make the country a better place, right? So that people will always remember. Right now, the talk of the tongue is that Kamala closed down all the program and people looking for employment and that is the nail, that is the thorn in the side of the UNC on the ground, right? How do we fix that, right? They're talking about what's in Duke is irrelevant. They're just looking for something to stay relevant. That is why they're coming up with all this kind of thing. I tell everybody, you see that, what the caller just said, they see that, move Kamala, make her went and talk to Trump, and we become part of this whole unit of South American countries coming together under the shield of, what do you call it?
The shield of America.
The shield of America. Yeah. That move there, no other prime minister in the Caribbean went to the White House and sat down with Trump, and she was given the pen that signed the document. She was given the pen, remember that? Yeah. She was given the pen that signed the document. Yep. Right? No other prime minister has done that. But we want to talk about what them say about what's in due. I want to talk about what's going to happen in Trinidad and Tobago in the next couple of years. We're going to brace for a windfall of money coming in here and what is going to be done and what is going to get done. Right? We must always have the people and them remember, because let me tell you something. Between 2010 to 2015, all that was done, all the box drains, all the health care, all the hospitals, all the everything that was done, the baby grant, the children life fund, everything that was done between 2010 and 2015, the housing, the roads, the water, the everything that was did for the Trinidad and Tobago was forgotten because of our email gate lie, you know.
Literally. Hold that one. Call on your life.
Excellent. You're hitting the nail on the head all the time. I remember in 1986, I was in Woodford Square. We were surrounded by the Baptists. Yeah. Same propaganda machine in motion.
I remember in 1986 when they said that the dragon on top of the Red House spit fire and burned down Royal Bank at the corner. And the supporters believed in these things.
Yeah.
Right? And Carl Imbert went in at midnight with a crane to take down the dragon from the Red House, which is a historical site. And these people believe that. So what you're saying is so correct about the propaganda machine. They're trying the same tricks that they tried in last 1986. They created 1990 for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But you're doing the right thing now, teaching the people what they're coming at. Their illiterate supporters will believe these things.
Correct.
And have plenty of them out there. But the truth cannot be erased. This is the truth. They will try to disguise the truth and confuse the supporters into believing these ridiculous stories. So you all keep doing what you're doing and get the word out. Excellent program.
Thank you very much, caller.
Caller, you're live.
Hello.
Yes,
What's
sir.
happening? Mr. Welch and Mr. Heavy.
Yes,
Heavy?
good. Yes, brother.
Listen, Mr. Heavy, listen, I just like you know, brother. When I was 9 years, PNM was relevant to me. And when I was 10, PNM became irrelevant. I'm 78 years. I'll be 79 this year. You understand me?
Yeah.
PNM is irrelevant. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller.
622-4911, 622-4911. You have a lot of calls on your line, though.
Yeah, get them call.
Caller, you're live.
Yeah, no. Yeah, these are things that man never vote for them in your life. But it is just making a correction thing here. We had certain prime ministers who went to the White House already. There is one, and two that this prime minister didn't go to the White House to meet Trump. He met him in his house in Mar-a-Lago or where he's in Florida. It wasn't the White House. Just a slight correction. Good night.
Still irrelevant.
That's irrelevant.
She met with Trump.
Correct.
That's the point, right? But the White House or Mar-a-Lago.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah. I understand. We have a voice note coming in here. Let's see what's on the voice note. Right? Oh, she deleted. All right. You know what? Let's hold it. Let's hold the thought. We're gonna go for a quick commercial break.
Right, and when we come back, we have our segment to do.
Yes, we do. We have a
right?
segment. No giveaways.
Know your country.
No giveaways. Right? We ain't giving away nothing. Unless you will give away shit on your back. You will give away shit on your back?
No.
All right. Stay tuned, Trinidad and Tobago, to Talk City 91.1. We live under the radar.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Jerry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge? Confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what you need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packed packaged and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese.
And Tobago, we are getting ready for our news segment. But before we do that, let's just take some quick voice notes, right?
Yeah, right, cool.
I see Trini Trump, boy. Trini Trump had something to say about that. That way, what is it called, boy? That the old U.S. embassy in the U.S. talk, right? Let's take a listen.
Good day, guys. The PNM are bringing up smoke screens now. Hi to Marcia Tucker. There will be no U.S. visa for you, so keep yapping over my new embassy.
There we had another voice note just a short while ago here. Let's take a listen.
David, good afternoon. Here I see PNM believe that I had this history that they don't stay out of office one term. But Tobago break that curse and put them out of office 2 terms in Tobago with 15-0. And they believe that they're going to come back in office in 2030. And they'll try all how to destabilize this country. But people are smart. It's not like the old die-hard PNM like before, you know. The youths and them been thinking like that. The more educated. So PNM, I think I can't see them coming back in office in a long time.
I appreciate your voice notes there. To send your messages, you send it to 394. I forget that number, you know.
394-4911.
394-4911, right?
So we're going to this segment now.
Yes, we're going there.
So the segment is called Know Your Country, not what you know, okay? So when you call the password is Know Your Country. When you have to say Know Your Country. That is the access phrase.
All right.
Right, to the access phrase, when you call in, is Know Your Country. I'm going to ask you a question. And you're gonna let me know the answer to that question. We're gonna see how well you know your country.
All right.
Right?
So the access phrase once more, Know Your Country. Get ready to call in now.
Yeah.
I'll do one voucher.
You do not voucher? All right, so we do not voucher.
A 250 voucher.
A 250 voucher.
Right,
so you get a 250 shopping voucher.
Yeah, for SNS Special Supermarket.
Supermarket, right?
All right. Any location, whether you down Miaro, Freeport, San Fernando, wherever.
Yes.
All right.
So the numbers are called 62291, 622-4911,
right.
and 349-4911.
Yes. So first person to call, you have it memorized. You have a question memorized.
I'm a question.
Don't make it easy.
Don't
make it easy.
Don't make it easy. Okay.
So we are under the radar now for the Know Your Country segment. Let's see what you know. Trinidad and Tobago, get ready. Start calling 622-4911, 622-4911, and 394-4911. We have a 250 shopping voucher on the line. All right, this is good to see me, but you're going to shop at SNS Prasad Supermarket. All right, Rio Claro, Miaro, and Freeport. First caller in. You ready?
Yep.
Let's go. Access phrase.
Caller?
Know Your Country.
Lovely.
Right, very good.
You sure you know, right? You're sure you're ready for this? You ready?
I'll try.
All right, there we go. We have more calls. There we go.
Okay, so caller. in the history of Trinidad and Tobago, right, we had 2 Olympic gold medalists. Give me the name of the 2 Olympic gold medalists. That one.
That's too cool.
We counting now?
Yeah, we had
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right,
sorry,
brother.
caller.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Get halfway.
There we go. Yeah, same one or next one?
I'll give one next question.
Access phrase.
Wait, the caller. Is it a caller already?
Yeah, that's
All
plenty on the line.
Okay.
Access phrase.
And I thought you were going to ask me the same question.
No.
Know your country.
But they know the answer to the previous question.
Wait, what's the answer?
Well, yeah, Paisley Crawford and Keyshawn Walker.
Yeah. But I'm not going to ask you the same question because if I I had to change the question every time I have a new caller.
But the person didn't answer it. Heavy.
No, but what happened? The person when I asked the question already, people can Google it.
Correct.
You understand? And get the correct answer and just call right after.
All right.
You understand? Okay.
Well, I'll try.
Next question. Right?
Yeah, go on.
What part of the country you from?
I'm from Trin City.
Right. If you're heading to Diego Martin, there's a highway that starts from after you pass the foreshore, heading into Diego Martin. It's named after a person. What's the name of that highway to go into Diego Martin?
The highway?
Yeah.
That is called the Wendy Fitzwilliam.
Wrong.
Oh, boy.
Sorry.
We're going again. You ready? You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Get ready to know your country, right? Access phrase.
Know your country.
All right. Wait,
I say it here. There's
a guy called. Don't say it.
Same person?
You call back? You want the next question?
No, the same question.
No, I can't do that. Sorry. Take another one. I'm sorry.
You have to get somebody else a chance.
Access phrase. Keep breaking up.
Caller?
Yes.
Give us the access phrase.
No Trinidad and Tobago.
All right, nah,
wrong
the access phrase.
Sorry.
All right, you go to WhatsApp. Access phrase is a part to get into.
It's a part to get into, yeah.
Access phrase. There's a WhatsApp call. Access phrase. All right.
Know your country. Right?
Yes. What's the access phrase? Know your country.
Right, good. So, caller.
Santa Flora.
Right. Santa Flora.
You gotta listen.
Listen on your phone and not we hear the computer or something in the background. So listen on your phone. Slow it down. Right? Yeah. The question. The world famous dirt oven bread in Tobago is baked in a particular village. Can you give me the name of that village?
Can't remember.
Yeah, 5 seconds there, brother.
Part in Tobago.
Say again?
Which part in Tobago? What you say?
Lambert?
Wrong. Sorry
about that. We're going again. We're back on the phone lines. All right, that one going. Ready? Access phrase.
Know your country.
All right. In World War II, the U.S. Army forces was in Trinidad and Tobago, and they had a base in Chaguaramas. Which part of Chaguaramas was that base located?
Don Carnage.
Wrong.
I thought you guys did. Sorry.
That's it.
That's
it. I've been taking. We have time. We didn't have time. So it's 10. So we had to lock it up there.
No
so
problem.
We didn't get no winners today.
But try back tomorrow.
Yeah, try
we'll
back
try
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Try back tomorrow.
Know your country, Trinidad and Tobago. But take it as a learning thing, yeah. And every year I asking you the same questions you asked yesterday.
But nobody didn't get it yesterday.
Sorry, can I Google it and come in?
But they don't know what I'm going to ask. And that's what make it interesting because I'm not asking the same question.
Yeah.
Every time somebody calls, I'm giving them a different question.
Yeah,
right?
I like that. All right, well, sorry, no winners today, Trinidad and Tobago. Somebody actually saying that actually, I can say the name of the highway now.
No, don't say the name of the highway if they have it on. If they don't Google, they don't Google that already.
Real people WhatsApp it, God.
They don't Google that already.
Somebody said here for the last thing we were talking about. Hi, Heavy. Good evening. For the PNM to win outright, first they need to retake these two Tobago constituencies in order to form the next regime, which as this moment, based on Tobagonians' mindset, that would be somewhat unlikely for PNM to regain those Tobago constituencies first, and therefore easily return to the future administration as they wishing to do so. So that's what somebody's saying there outside Tobago.
Yes. So don't take no more calls on that.
No.
Right. So we're going back into the program now. I have a art to play. You have a art to play. You know art to play.
All right. Straight to the top.
You're going straight to the top. Okay, good. So I want to get back into what we were talking about, right? And the caller that before the segment that called and speak, he's quite correct, right? For the people who were alive and still alive, who remember what took place in 1986. Basically, in 1986, the PNM lost the election 33-3. Right? They only got 3 seats. Right? And at that time, right, we have witnessed that is the first time in history that the PNM ever lost
an
election.
Yeah.
Right? That could be the first time another party took control of the country. Right? And trust me, because the PNM was in power for so long and had so much of their supporters and their minions in different ministries and in public service and all over the country, put in certain places strategically, right? It makes it very hard for that new government to govern the country. Not only that, the NAR government inherited a mountain of doo-doo to clean with a shovel and a barrow. Right?
Yeah.
The country was in economic turmoil. We really went to the IMF, that government, hands on it begging, and the IMF told us to put stringent measures. Therefore, the dollar, the Trinidad and Tobago dollar had been devalued. They had also take off they had also the importation bill, the food importation bill. They cut that outright. They introduced something called buy local, where we no longer importing apples and grapes and all these things to the country. A lot of imports that you need foreign exchange. We had also cut out that. We had also take away a lot of public servants' perks like COLA and back pay and all these things. Cut public servants' salary. You know, I know public servants is going bad for the salary. So they had also cut the public servants' salary by 10%. They did a lot of stringent measures in order to keep the country afloat, in order for us not to end up like Haiti or Venezuela at that time, right? The sad thing about it, though, is just a short between 1986, just in 10 years before 1976, Trinidad and Tobago had one of the highest oil boom in the history of we were rated the third richest country in the Western Hemisphere just in 1976. We were the third richest country in the Western Hemisphere, right? And in a short space of 10 years, we knocking on the IMF door.
That is a real tipping.
That is tipping on a level that few people could only dream of.
We mean men take money and went to the US and build up.
But that is a joke. That's the money we know about.
Yeah.
There's money that we don't know about.
True.
You know, we had a $50 bill before this new $50 bill.
Gone.
Okay. Okay.
I don't ever see the $50 bill.
That $50 bill that back in the 80s, wait, gone.
I don't know.
That was a discontinued that $50 bill because somebody thief all the $50 bills.
And we had there's a question, a legit question, and we had a $1,000 bill as well.
No, we never had a $1,000. It was
conversations.
It was conversation about it.
Okay.
Now,
not even. Sorry, my mind going back to ours. $500 bill.
Neither.
Okay. All
Right. Those were like in
the thought process.
In the thought process, not never materialized.
Devaluate the dollar everywhere.
The problem is, right? No citizen of Trinidad and Tobago believed that you were broke. That is a hard pill to swallow. You're talking about people who were accustomed living at a certain standard.
Yeah.
So when this happened, right, it was like somebody just knock you down and you're walking and something just hit you and lick you down one time. So everybody was like, the NAR lying. Just like the people now who saying, Kamran them, the wicked because they raise the traffic fines and why they do that, they wicked to the people and they cut CPF and European thing. They're not understanding why. They don't want to hear the reason why. To them, they should not do it. And that's typical Trinidadians, right? All right, so why they Kamran raise the traffic fines? Even though when she said before that you cannot tax the country, whatever she said on the platform, because they keep playing back that video. Right? But you had to ask yourself, be wise. Ask yourself, she had to raise her traffic fine because something wrong.
Yeah.
You understand? She had to raise alcohol because something wrong. Right? Something is wrong somewhere. You're not figuring it out, you're not coming and say, which is a good thing. Because when the NAR came out and say, it caused panic. So what people started to do, they started to take their little savings and thing out of the banks.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right?
I remember
and
that.
they jump on planes and went to the United States, the UK, Canada, and all over the world. Trinidad and started to migrate like that.
I remember hearing the talks of it, yeah.
Right? And when they left the country, right, it became worse because now there's no money floating in the country because people take the money out of the bank, nobody's spending no money, so it become an economic hit. No, let me tell you something about economics. It's called, if you heat up the economy, and one thing that heats up the economy is construction. So any major constructions that is going on in the country, it heats up the economy.
Yeah.
Right? Which is a good thing.
Which is why Kamala Pasabi says was smart enough to spend money back into the economy and spend it on construction.
Correct.
Buildings.
Because when a contractor get a contract to do construction and he hire people to work, right? And these people get paid. These are the people that go to the supermarket owners get paid. They pay their workers go and buy goods, and then they go and buy clothes, they go and buy shoes, they go and buy things, they go out, they spend money, they buy a soft drink, they buy doubles, they buy. So, and the money keeps circulating in the country because everybody who gets money go and spend money, and who get money go and spend money. And once you know you're going to get pay again next month, you keep spending the money that you get to see whatever.
Well, that is one great aspect of it.
Right.
And another to add to that is also infrastructure is a major deal when it comes to growing economies.
Correct.
Right? So if it is you want to move from a third world status, so you want to grow your economy, you spend it on infrastructure, you spend money on education, you spend it on health, and you develop your society.
Correct.
To build the foundations.
Right. So when people take their money and they leave, right, you're talking about thousands of people that's leaving the country, right? And leaving with their money, they're going to migrate. Some of them leave the children and then fight for them after. So a couple of years after they fight for the children, they leave the children with the grandparents and things. And that's where the term barrel children came in because people used to go out there and work and send down barrels. A lot of people went to America, they went to all over the world, right? But I want to come back to what was being said. What was being said to the people is that the NAR is the NAR get the blame for what was happening in the country at the time, and the people were complaining. The people complained so much that they started regretting voting for the NAR and wanted to go back to the PNM. And this is where the PNM became relevant once more. Now, two things strategically happened around this time. And I'm going to tell you this. Prior to 1986, right, there were no 1% Syrian businessmen in this country.
True.
You know that?
True, and we had a clip as well with the whole media conversation. Go ahead.
Good. They were still selling cloth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Couple stores in town selling cloth. I'm going to tell you what went.
Yeah.
The rich 1% was French Creoles, who were the landowners, right? And we had men like Kirpolani. We had men like, you ever hear Munilal Move Mountains? You understand? They were the big contractors. You understand?
Yeah.
We had Amar. He had Toyota and RC Cola and this sea drink factory, and he had a set of land all over the country.
Yeah.
A lot of, you understand, where parts of St. James and thing, he had companies and thing all over the country. He was one of the richest men in Trinidad at the point in time, Amar, which was not Robert Amar, but Bolan Amar, which was his father.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So these were the rich guys in the country. They didn't have no, you know. What happened is that the opposition at that time, right, realized that this is our chance to come back. And the reason why I'm telling this story here right now on national radio is that I don't want the history to repeat itself. Right? So when A&R Robinson and the NR government was bringing policies to try to, while they were focused on trying to bring back this country from an economic tragedy, right? Propaganda and blame was being passed by the media and all these things in the wing for the opposition to come back. Now, 1990, you know what happened in 1990? The attempted coup. Right? Now, the real story behind it is still kind of vague. Nobody don't know the real reason behind it. But we know that two main characters wasn't in Parliament that day when it was stormed, which means that they had information that was going to happen on that day. And the two main characters was Patrick Manning and Basil Pandey. Both wasn't in Parliament when the Jamaat al-Muslimin raided the Parliament. Right? The attempted coup. Now, that was the first time in the history of Trinidad and Tobago something like that ever happened. But remember, it never happened under the PNM. It happened under the NAR. And that was the nail in the coffin for the NAR. Because after that, after the whole 1990 insurrection and the whole thing and everything passed and the whole city burned down and all these things, two things happened. The people rejected the NAR outright and went back to the PNM, right? In the next election, and right after that, a new type of rich people started to emerge, new type of business started to emerge, right? And this is where the so-called PNM financiers started to get, because they started to buy up all the burned down properties in Port of Spain and build stores, build malls, build this, build that, more stores. And from there, they started go, they come and get themselves involved in the beverage industry, they started getting themselves involved in the fast food industry, they started to get involved in more business in Trinidad and Tobago, and henceforth, they took over. And this is what we have now. Right? And that part of history there, a lot of people don't know. A lot of people believe that they came here and work hard and they get business. No. They got their opportunities from supporting what happened. Right? Now I wanted to go back to when Patrick Manning get his oil boom back in 2006 or 2007 when we had a windfall around the same time when Obama come for the summit and all them things. Yeah. When he did plan to do the East Port of Spain development and do only
But before you go there, you're going to go to NLCB in a short bit. But we're going to take some calls.
We can't take no calls. I enter my editorial.
Don't be into just yet. We have a next hour. Caller, you're live.
Gentlemen, good night. Sorry to disturb you.
Yeah, disturb my editorial. Go ahead.
Right?
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, but the topic you're talking about, I was 10 years old at the time. 1986, I was 10 years old. And listening to you up to today, I am still of the belief that the People's National Movement was responsible for the insurrection this country had in 1990, in my humblest opinion.
So we go get this, right? We go get
Expressed are solely those of the hosts and callers and do not represent the views, policies, or official position of Talk City 91.1, its management, or affiliates.
Yes, go ahead, caller. You say you was of the belief, eh? Go ahead.
This is the view of the caller and not
the views of the decision. Thank you very much.
Yeah, as I was saying, gentlemen, in my humblest opinion, I believe that because, I mean, back in the day, I was going primary school, I lose my book grant. My father was working PTSC. He had us to take VSEP. A lot of government employees lose their COLA and different things. Yeah. Different things had us to take place for the PNM to for the National Alliance for Reconstruction to stabilize the country. Or the fat they introduced and different things. And then, as a youth man at the time, to see where our budget was at the time. And then, I don't know, do you remember the so-called Father Nation daughter wanted to lend us money?
I could give you the history and that too now. I was going there too.
Right after
the
didn't marry to no billionaire.
No
millionaire. Where she got
the question is where she got the money from? At a point in time, she was up there with the 10 richest women in the world.
Yeah, but gentlemen, honestly speaking, for me, it is high time that the People's National Movement take a sabbatical from electoral politics.
I think so,
because Almighty God bless us with so much, so much. Yeah. As you know, see, they back in the 70s, we are the third richest in the hemisphere. To see where we are right now, Jah alone know. As always say, fire, burn the PNM. Gentlemen, thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
No. You hold on. We are callers.
Caller.
Good night.
Mr. Man, I come back from my board next week. Good night, caller.
I call it to correct a question. Heavy was asking.
A question?
Yeah, he said that 3 wrote in Trinidad.
No, that was yesterday.
Right, we're done.
You commented the 2 o'clock, man.
Caller,
caller.
Live.
Yeah, good night, gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, actually, 1986 insurrection. It was a guy to a big attorney. He was in Grenada at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, a few of them was aware of what was taking place. And they destabilized the country because they wanted to get rid of the NAR and the PNM had to resurface. So that was the setup.
All right. Appreciate you. Thanks so much. But this is an interesting.
I have a clip.
Yeah.
I'm going to send for you to play when we come back.
All right.
Right?
All right.
I have a clip to send for you to play when you come back. Go ahead. You was going to ask a question?
Yeah, no, the topic is interesting and really good. And I think good for history as well.
No, I'd saying that to come back to now.
I know what you want to do.
Yeah.
But if you come back to now, I mean, we ain't go have time. We go forget it, and LCB coming up. You nearly to the top of the hour.
No, we go to the top of the hour. I will play the clip when you come back.
Right, but I think the conversation for Trinidad and Tobago is important, right? And important because right now the way things calm for now.
Yeah,
but
things calm for now.
You said it right. As we move closer to 2027, 2028, as we hit 2028, it's a whole different type of conversation, huh?
Yeah.
So for you to now be coming out, so if we only then start in 2028 to tell the people about the history, I think we might lose.
Correct.
So we had to start now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think people knowing the history of Trinidad and Tobago and knowing where the PNM really took us to and why we are in a hole today is important. And to really understand, because one of these things that you said there, my mind going straight back to, because I want to hear about it, and in our show, maybe coming up to the anniversary of the 1990 coup.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear your opinion, and when I say opinion, I want to hear your editorial on that. and see and put bits and pieces together and see where that would lead.
No problem.
I think that'll be important.
So
we're on the news right now. So
yeah,
we're
going
going across
to the NLCB here.
A short bit there, Trinidad and Tobago. Stay tuned to Talk City 91.1 FM. All right, we are going across Trinidad and Tobago. Keep locked on it. So for those of you on the live stream, keep locked on. Share the live stream as much as possible. And then when we come back, we're going straight back into this conversation with yours truly, Heavy Duty and David Welch. Stay tuned, Trinidad and Tobago. We'll be back.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
So I got right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge? Confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what we need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
So I got right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge? Confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what we need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, packaged and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry-Leen Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge? And confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what we need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry-Leen Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Hey, Hey, up for this exciting challenge? Confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what we need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry-Leen Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
So I'll get right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge? Confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what we need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry-Leen Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Up for this exciting challenge? And confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what we need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry-Leen Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
All right, 60 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock, and we are back on the inside under the radar with yours truly, Heavy Duty and David Welch.
Yes, we are back.
Yes, man.
Yes, and we are back giving you history so it wouldn't repeat itself. Right? So I have a clip there, David Welch.
Ready with it.
So I want you guys to take a listen to this. This is a clip from back in the 1980s, right? And you need to hear, for those of you who probably feel, well, heavy coming on the radio to spread propaganda. Listen to this. Go ahead.
I, Arthur Napoleon Raymond Robinson, do swear by Almighty God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago.
Robinson, as the country's new leader, was embarking on a challenge many would not have accepted. His oath of office may well have been a curse. In 1986, Trinidad and Tobago was a weak shadow of its former self. In the decade of the 70s, oil had made Trinidad and Tobago the wealthiest country in the region, and indeed one of the top 10 in the developing world. More than $100 billion had passed through the nation. In 1986, most of it was gone. Hundreds of businesses had closed under the strain of an economic recession which began with the decade of the 80s. The cost of living had climbed because of reduced subsidies and a devalued dollar. Unemployment, which was almost non-existent during the boom of the 70s, had reached 17%, nearly 80,000 people looking for work in a nation of just over 1 million. Robinson found the country's finances even worse.
In 1981, the public debt, like money, was no problem. 6 years later, at the start of 1987, this country is certainly faced with a serious public debt. Our total debt, local and external, direct government plus contingent liabilities, was $2.9 billion TT in 1981. At the end of 1986, the figure had jumped to $7.4 billion TT, while our external debt amounted to $5.6 billion TT.
Wow.
You hear what happened? You hear it for yourself, right? Just in 1981, money no problem. In 1986, $7 billion in debt. External debt, $5 billion. Unemployment. Let me tell you something. I want people to understand what he just said. The narrator of the article is saying we are the top 10 developing countries in the world.
Yeah.
Right? We had over $100 billion. Think about it, eh? Think about it.
That is just the amount
We had
passed through.
in those days we didn't have 1 point something, eh? We had just about 1. So we had about 900,000 people. We didn't have the population that we had now. It was close to 1 million, but we didn't have 1 million yet back in them time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Over $100 billion passed through, right? Think about it, $100 billion, eh? With only 900,000 people. How much money you feel each citizen was worth with $100 billion?
Like more than 5 million.
That one I said when Eric Williams said that he had money to get each citizen $1 million. He lied. It had enough money to get each citizen almost $10 million. And still had money to burn. Yeah. Think about it. Right? Because $1 billion is $10,000 million. You know? No, I lied. $1 billion is, let me check it. I have time to do that math now. Right? But it's a lot of money. Now, where did all that money go? Now, I want to tell you something. Right? N.A. and Robinson became the scapegoat. Right? Nobody asked the question. They came in and met it like that. And that is why he's reading it in Parliament. Right? The speech that he's given is in Parliament. Right? And I'm going to ask you to play that clip again, no?
Of course.
I'm going to ask you to play it again because I want the people out trying to be able to understand what I'm saying here right now. Right? Prior to 1986, the PNM run this country from 1956 up until that time. Over $100 billion in oil and gas. Where did it go? Right? Up until 1981. No, Eric Williams died in 1980.
About so.
81, between 80 and 81. I can't remember the exact year right now. Right? But from 81 to 86 is just 5 years. Right? So we didn't see, out of that $100 billion, we didn't put some somewhere and save it.
Is where it all was spent on.
What is what spent on?
It's billions and
it's billion
materials and
listen to me. It's billions you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right? I am telling you that the PNM government is responsible for where the country is or where the country could have been. Now I'm telling you this, right? A small country like Qatar or Dubai want to have that kind of money. And look how they're looking.
I don't even think they have a fraction of what passed through Trinidad.
They didn't have a fraction.
And they develop.
Right? What we develop here, we're talking about development, is joke. Mm-hmm. Now, think about it now. We only heard about O'Halloran and Pravat because those were the ones that came out. But to be honest with you, they throw O'Halloran and Pravat under the bus. Mm-hmm. to really hide what Eric William take. Because nobody's questioning what he take. 'Cause if he was the man in charge, and O'Halloran and them is your boys, and they're going with all that kind of money to build building in Canada and all kind of thing, and build horse racing track and all kind of thing, and spend money and millions and millions and millions of dollars, that chicken feed. Right? Because your daughter was rated one in the top 10 richest women in the world. That she could have come and say she wanted to lend Trinidad and Tobago money in the crisis when we were in an economic crisis. Right? Where she get from? Where she work together? Who she married into? How did she get all that money? Right? Henceforth, when the Panama Papers was really revealed, right? Remember how the Panama Papers with all these countries and all these big sports stars and all these politicians' name were called for banking money in Panama. You understand? And David Rudder sang the song, "You Want to Go to Panama?" Wait over there. Some says billions and millions. Right? Our goodly father in the nation, him calling that. Understand what I'm saying? Right? So, we, as citizens, people who are seeing protesting and things in the video, they are sorry the people who listening couldn't see the video, right, didn't understand at that time what was happening. They thought was NAR fault. Just like we have these dotish people now on social media cussing Kamala and blaming Kamala for raising traffic fines and raising alcohol and not understanding, right, that these things are minor compared to what could have been done. Because you see what's going on there? The people lost the jobs. 80,000 people, but we call them for CPAP, European and forestries. Right?
Yeah.
These 80,000 people that lost their job are public servants, people who work in Wasanti and Tech and on the port and all kind of things. They were good government jobs. They had to take visa and go home because the government can't pay them. You say that you work there and getting paid and complaining about alcohol and traffic fines? Eh? The man has to introduce VAT. And to be honest, that value at the tax 50%, the reason why no government never get rid of it, because that saved the country.
It did.
That tax, that simple VAT tax saved the country. We had to give thanks to A&R Robinson and the NR for saving this country. But guess what? As they saved the country, who come back?
PNM. To read it again.
To read it again.
So go take a listen to the clip one more time. But I have a question.
Yeah.
Where do you think the economy at now?
The economy in a bad state. I've been honest with you. We in a bad state. And what I like, at first I didn't like it because I think they should have come out and tell the people exactly what is happening. But I understood why they didn't do it, because we don't want the panic. Right? On top of that, Robinson, by mentioning mentioning the debts and all of that, what he did there, right, made it difficult for him to get money borrowed. Because nobody want to lend somebody money who don't know they mightn't get back. Understand what I'm saying? So if you announce that you in debt and you have problems and you have money problems and you go outside cap in hand in international corporations, international countries to get money borrowed, most likely they wouldn't lend you because your country is going... it's in an economic, and there's the problem that nobody gonna lend Haiti money because they know Haiti, we're gonna get back that money. You understand where I'm coming from?
Investments.
Correct. So you have to sell the country as it still prosper. You have to sell that, right? There's a double-edged sword, because you selling the country to other people, other international countries to say, well, all right, we looking good. We had the Mammoth, we had the Dragon, we had production going and go up, boom, 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 boom. And really and truly you're broken. You had to sell a dream, right? But whilst you saying that, on the other hand, the people in the country feel, well, okay, so you talking like nothing wrong. You have money, so why you not doing this or why you not doing that here? You understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
So it had to sacrifice one for the next. You understand? So, but in that time, he had no choice. Imagine a country never had no kind of unemployment. All of a sudden, 80,000 people going home. You understand? that was a disaster, and that is why people turn against the NAR, right? And remember, they made promises too on the campaign trip. Remember, they thought it had money. They're not sure about it. It didn't have things like it had no procurement legislation and this and that and that. It was a free fall, you know. Remember, everything was just going based on what the boss said, which was King Eric Williams. He was running the country like an emperor, right? So if you say pave that road tomorrow, it's going and pave. It had no going through this ministry and going through that ministry. Well, it had the ministry there, but it's whatever he say. You understand where I'm coming from? If you say, all right, Christmas coming, back pay for public servants, just back pay. You understand? It was just willy-nilly. Nobody was being accountable for what was being done and what was being spent. Things were just spending. We built 2 schools, we built a hospital, we built, so nobody's questioning how much it costing. Nobody's all right, how much the hospital costs? How much the school costs? How much secondary school, how much housing costs? You understand? Money just spending. You understand? So nobody's questioning, nobody's being accountable and where the money. You understand? Nobody know. And next thing, I'm going to bust a mark here. Prior to 1976, right? We had no budget, you know. You understand what I just said?
Yeah. I hearing it. We had no budget.
The first budget read in Parliament, like a budget, to say, well, this is how much money the country make, this is how much you're going to spend, this country, was in 1976, you know.
Okay.
Right? And that is erased from history, eh? You can't find that in no newspapers, eh? It's somebody who in there at the point in time is who tell me that. So from 1956 and 1976, they had no budget. So all the money was doing, how much money we was making. This wasn't knowledge to the people of the country. They didn't know how much money Trinidad making. All this information, $100 billion, we didn't know. All we know, we had money. We didn't know how much. We didn't know how much was being spent. It wasn't public knowledge. Understand what I'm saying? Things was just happening. School was building, roads was building, this was doing, that was doing, that's money just spending. Nobody don't know. You understand? So everybody had an opportunity to thief. Because if I'm minister of public utilities and you give me $100 million to build something, right? I go and build a school I trying to make it off the top. You understand? And nobody's been accountable for it, and it's not coming out like nobody gonna get charged and nobody gonna go before the court and all that. They had none of that. Understand what I'm saying? So those days there, everybody was just thieving.
Wow.
And banking the money all over the world. The man could jump on a plane and leave here and build 2 buildings in Canada with Trinidad and Tobago money. And the people was oblivious. Right? So we wanna you have
I'm gonna give them it again.
We give them it again and then we go take some course.
Right after the playway. Then we go to the playway.
Yeah, we go to the playway.
And then we'll come back to it. So get ready to call Trinidad and Tobago 622-4911, 622-4911 or 394-4911. When we come back, we're gonna go straight to the clip and then we're gonna take some calls on this matter. Stay tuned.
City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge? Confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what you need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior.
91.1 FM, and we're going straight to that clip once more.
And then when we come back, we're going to take some phone calls.
Straight up to the top. So get ready to call once more, 622-4911, 622-4911, or 394-4911 for the WhatsApp. Let's take a listen.
I, Arthur Napoleon Raymond Robinson, do swear by Almighty God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago.
Robinson, as the country's new leader, was embarking on a challenge many would not have accepted. His oath of office may well have been a curse. In 1986, Trinidad and Tobago was a weak shadow of its former self. In the decade of the 70s, oil had made Trinidad and Tobago the wealthiest country in the region, and indeed one of the top 10 in the developing world. More than $100 billion had passed through the nation. In 1986, most of it was gone. Hundreds of businesses had closed under the strain of an economic recession which began with the decade of the 80s. The cost of living had climbed because of reduced subsidies and a devalued dollar. Unemployment, which was almost non-existent during the boom of the 70s, had reached 17%, nearly 80,000 people looking for work in a nation of just over 1 million. Robinson found the country's finances even worse.
In 1981, the public debt, like money, was no problem. 6 years later, at the start of 1987, this country is certainly faced with a serious public debt. Our total debt, local and external, direct government plus contingent liabilities, was $2.9 billion TT in 1981. At the end of 1986, the figure had jumped to $7.4 billion TT, while our external debt amounted to $5.6 billion TT.
Now, for the first time in more than a decade, finding money had indeed become a problem in a nation that had always boasted, money is no problem.
All right, we ready?
Yeah.
We ready for the people? 622-4911, 622-4911, or 394-4911. That's the number to call Trinidad. The lines was blazing just before. Let's have to start blazing again. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Caller, you're live.
All right, I just want to highlight some points.
Go ahead.
One is, there's a name missing from two people with the beginning of the coup. There was a group called Sopo. We had a meeting in Woodford Square. They had a chairman who was a mediator in the Bacchanal. And next thing, when PNM lost the election, they had one set of marching in tongue and things. It's full of propaganda. And likewise, the first person in the NL as the finance minister was Robinson's wife, because she was from finance. In 87, I decided to follow it a little bit away in Canada. There's a place in Toronto they call it Consignia, which belongs to O'Halloran. And on the Matam in Canada, endless big 3-story building. The son was still building it. And I visited, I don't know how to even trying to go a little further in Canada. That is my 2 cents.
All right, caller. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. Caller, you're live.
Good evening, Brother David, Brother Heavy, and
Yes.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes.
Share the love. Yeah, so let's love one another. Brother Heavy,
Yes, brother.
and now in this 2025, the PNM led by Keith Rowley and Stuart Young leave debt to GDP at 95%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the external borrowing is over 145 billion US dollars.
145 billion they live in debt.
US dollars.
Yep.
The internal, with all the fundraising and all the bank and all the different ministry and special company, it surpassed 200 billion. People check the finance report and all the debt we have to pay in US.
Yeah.
And Penelope Beckers, and that fella Avery Brown and Marvin Gonzalez, they coming out and Paris and them and saying where that money going on in there.
Yeah.
And they're misleading the country because it's the dry and gas to do the same thing like Eric Williams.
Correct.
To fit out. I see the plane, let us sue me. And that's what they're fighting for, to come back there to do, because they had no economic prosperity
Correct.
or any foreign investor. Have a pleasant evening, brother.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. Someone saying here, I just did a quick calculation on your stats, which you called a short while ago, based on what you said, $100 billion. So about that's about 11 of the power of tens. So if you divide that up by your figures, approximately 900 key to 1 million. That's the population, by the way. You should be able to get over 100,000 to 110,000 or so, or if it's 1 trillion by the power of 12, then of tens, you should probably there's $1 million a citizen based on the population size. Somebody's saying that. So it's still around, but as we know, when they say pass through 100 billion, they know it's more than that.
But they say over.
Yeah, over 100 billion. Caller, you're live.
From 1981 to 1986, the PNM put a prime minister because they realized he was a puppet. That was Chambers.
Yeah.
Because here what happened? The president of the Clark was on a program, and I listened to it about 20 years back. First I said, I didn't listen to the program. Ellis Clark, when they asked him who went, Dr. Cullen, who he writes to put as the prime minister, he said Mahabir. And the general council, the PNM tell them, don't put Mahabir, they have somebody to put. So because they know the puppet they worry, because they could not control Chambers. And O'Halloran and them fellas and them, boy, they see for the second, they did the money from 1980. You could tell me 5 years time, if Dr. Cullen was there, then could not do that. Although it has keeping going on. But in 5 years time, that Chambers, they use them as a puppet. That's why they made the president put Chambers. I hear that on 90.5 in a radio station 20 years back.
All right.
I'm telling you, that's what happened. They use Chambers as a puppet.
All right, caller. Yeah, man, caller. Thank you very much.
Caller, you're live.
Hey, brother Heavy.
Yes, brother.
Hey, good evening to you and your brother. Who is the brother you are there with you?
Brother David Welch.
Hey, Mr. David Welch. Pleasant evening.
Good evening to you.
I don't know all your age, but I born 1968. And I want to ask a question here.
Yes.
If we really check all the government, the kind of money passed through this country, the kind of development we see in, we be supposed to see better health, better public transport, better education, better everything with the kind of money. One set of people in all government get rich. Asking Trinidad and Tobago and all the callers and all you who get locked up yet for mismanagement, corruption, and all the wickedness they have done to this country, the way we is today in poverty and hard time and all this stupidness. Who get locked up from any government that come in? Show me which one of them didn't have corruption and people get locked up. Heavy, let we ask ourselves that, because still up to now, we have a new government. All you feel it in our people, they looking to seek their own interest and corruption. You feel it in go on mismanagement and misuse of the public purse. Who getting locked up? Anytime we could start locking up people, we go start to have proper accountability and the country go be good from crime and everything. All you have a good night.
Thanks so much for that. Heavy, I saw a video on TikTok, this one I think coming out from the UK. You know, we take the UK system for a long while, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I see the type of buses that they have very heavy brain. Right? The 2-story buses and stuff like that. When
Yeah.
we're on Trinidad, but we still rocking with the long bus and all them things. And it's more gas too, huh? It's not electric. You will think about it. Think about it.
Good. I know I was going to say, but
Caller.
I don't want to change it down.
Hello, good evening, hey, gentlemen.
Yes, caller.
I want to bust some news there, but that is history.
Yeah.
But I want to have a few minutes again. I don't know if I want to leave the lines open.
It's open.
For Eric to call and the woman from St. James and 2 PNM people. Let them call and give you some of the history or not repeating it, please.
All right. Thank you very much.
Caller, you're live.
Hi. Good night, Mr. Henry and Mr. Welch.
Yes.
I hear nobody talking about, they never talk about the way this is Eric Williams is banking money. And at Swiss Bank, they never hear how much money that this is Eric Williams have banking at Swiss Bank. They never hear all that money at all or whatsoever. But I figure his daughter gets everything, all that money from Eric Williams, and the treasury had over 50 billion before Eric Williams died. 50 billion. I remember I was a young fella. I used to work in nearly 80 years. I just remember because I used to vote for Eric Williams, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, I never hear about that money. I don't know if you ever hear we used to bank that money in the Swiss Bank. If you ever hear about that Swiss Bank, I don't know. I don't know if I find out with that if it's at a Swiss Bank. All right.
Thank you very
All right,
much.
Thanks so much. Caller, you're live. Caller, you're live. Caller, you're live.
Good night,
Yes, sir.
Good night, caller.
Yeah, Heavy and David.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what I say now, Heavy.
Yeah, brother.
Me and you had this conversation, you know, on your last station where you was on.
Yeah.
Is I reminded you that this was 1986 all over again.
Yeah.
Because everybody hated Robinson. We just come back to school and we realized that no free lunch again.
Yeah.
It's an old thing. Guys actually when free period started. Because after lunch, them teachers gone. Or the last lunchtime, they're gone.
Yep.
So what you're saying there is it's fact. And unless we understand it as it is,
Yeah.
we don't repeat it.
Correct. And that is why
Because when they put this concern of putting again,
yeah, they're gonna come.
they're
They're
gonna
gonna try to
just
come
draw back to the same old
Correct.
ways.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for understanding.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, it's me and you for that point. I tell him months ago.
Yeah. Before the
You
election.
was talking with
Yeah.
I see exactly when I was brought it up.
Yes. Thank you, brother.
Because I remember and I lie down here and you talking about it and I say, wait. Because I realized plenty of the population don't understand what's
going on. Correct.
They're not understanding the nexus of how we reach here.
Agreed.
All right, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Blessings.
622-4911, 622-4911, or 394-4911.
Yeah, when the call come, I can take it. But I was just saying to what the caller just said, right? This is what we have to try not to let it repeat itself.
Yeah.
We must never let that happen again, because that tactic they use, right? Thief, borrow, put the country in a hole, and when the next government come and try to pull it out of the hole, the people's vexed because they hadn't put stringent measures to get we out of the hole. And when we do come out of the hole and money start to flow again, they coming back to take it again.
Well, you had also mentioned you went down, you went deep in history, boy, right? And you went to the Sapgas. So I have that.
All right, but we are ready that for tomorrow because we do a whole show on that.
All right, cool.
No, I want 2 hours because we only have 2 hours here. No, we don't have 3 hours like the rest of shows. So we're going to do a whole show on that.
All right.
Because I'm going to give you the history of them.
Okay.
When they came here.
Okay.
Because people believe they come here with money. They didn't come here with no money.
Yeah.
They come here as refugees, just like all the Venezuelans and them came.
And the Venezuelans might act because oh good. That's it.
Back in the 70s, and they had a big war in Syria.
Yeah.
You understand? In Lebanon and all these places was warring. And they come here as refugees. Right? But the problem was, we have a group of people in this country called the French Creoles. Right?
Okay.
Because of the skin color now. And in those days, right, certain people, I want to say the white people, the white Trinbagonians at that time, they used to mix up. They had their own clique and their own circle. So when these people who came from Syria, remember they're looking white. And at that time, the East Indians and Africans in Trinidad and Tobago, I used to see poor white people. They never saw that before. They never saw poor white people. And these people riding on bicycle all over Lavante with brown cotton cloth, selling with an inch shape around the neck, selling cloth, with both a cloth type on the bike and going to house to house selling with the inch shape. You had a cloth selling to people. That's how they used to make the money. You understand how they was living. And the call Eric in a meeting and say, you can't have these people out there doing that. That looking bad on our behalf because they're looking like us. Understand what I'm saying? You know what they did? You know what Eric William did?
What you did?
We will save that for the next show.
All right. Save it for the next show. All right,
we will save that for the next show. Well, tomorrow, we're going to tell them who we have tomorrow.
Yes, so, well, he confirmed, huh? He confirmed. And then he said, I'll let you know after Senate as well today because he went there.
Okay.
So I'm still waiting. He said he coming. And I still waiting
all right,
to say
okay,
well,
we keep it as a surprise.
No. We got set it on with Kingsley earlier today.
Okay.
But tomorrow we have the Minister of
Homeland Security.
The Minister of Homeland Security.
He'll be here in studio with us tomorrow
from 6 o'clock. Roger.
Yes, Roger Alexander will be here with us tomorrow.
The one and only. We had to talk crime,
We had to talk crime.
I see in the news. A few officers, about 11 or 12, they held actually detention orders sent by his office to hold these police officers. So we had to talk about that. We had to talk about crime. We had to talk about the state of emergency. We had to talk about the future for Trinidad and Tobago.
This is the conversations I like to have, not what the PNMC, but we.
I like that. I like that.
You have to make them relevant.
Or just sometimes.
Yeah. We just had to wait till Rowley come and cuss Kamala again and then everything got down the other.
But on the whole detention thing, it is a serving police officer has. I don't like when they don't give me the names of the police officers.
No, you can't do that.
No, they put it in the article, but they put only one police officer name in the article. Listen, there's a difference between innocent until proven guilty and then being proven guilty in Trinidad and Tobago because it's a prevention order, detention order that was issued. I'll give you the article real quick as we're waiting for some calls. Because I'll call in and talk about the last topic.
No, but between me and you, before I read that, I wanted to answer a particular caller. But go ahead and read that.
No, if you want to go there first.
Because he was saying with regards to all the years of corruption and mismanagement, how come nobody can get locked up? No politician can get locked up. Right? How come nobody can get locked up? With all these TV millions and billions of dollars being missed in and misplaced and all that, how come nobody can get locked up? Right? And I want to tell that caller, the reason why no one has been held accountable and put before the court and charged for misappropriation of the public money is because of the Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago.
You think so?
Yep.
I don't believe that, no. I know that the Constitution is made for the elites up there. I could I could give you that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's because of the Constitution nobody got locked up.
Let's debate.
I really believe that in Trinidad the problem is that those who supposedly sit in the parliament seem to think they have more powers than those who are not sitting inside the parliament.
Because they do.
No, they actually don't, The Constitution actually has the separation of powers. We have a good Constitution. Yes, some things need to change in the Constitution for sure, right? But the police service have all the tools necessary to go after either white-collared crime or blue-collar crime or in itself crime in Trinidad and Tobago.
Mm-hmm.
I think with this article here as well, with the prevention order, the detention order against those police officers,
Mm-hmm.
is proof of that, right? The police service could very well investigate their own, but the issue is trust in Trinidad and Tobago, and whether or not those that hold the power to prosecute or do anything actually carry out their duties fairly, because they don't.
You done?
Go ahead.
There's a paralysis in your analysis
Tama.
that you're not seeing,
Tama.
right? And what you're not seeing is the dark hand of what you call, one word, influence,
Mm-hmm.
right? Now, even if the Constitution has the separate of powers and the police service could investigate politicians and all that thing, the problem is because of influence, they don't. Because of influence, the DPP will never file a case against a sitting politician for any kind of corruption charges. Because of influence, we have people, a political party, choosing a president, appointing people in as commissioner of police, which is not supposed to be. Their influence is appointing people in places and putting people in places where they know they could safeguard themselves against the law, right? So the law in Trinidad and Tobago, because of the Constitution, allows for politicians to get away with everything and have them in a state of power beyond the laws and the Constitution that govern us, right? It is written in such a way not to be that, but because it is written in that way, it's because it's what we facing today. For that to fix, we have to change the Constitution. We have to relinquish some of the powers of the politician and give the people to safeguard the country more powers and give the citizens themselves more powers, which the Constitution don't have. The Constitution don't have more powers for the people and less powers for the politician. It have more powers for the politician and less powers for the people. And then they have the police service, the army, and these people safeguarding that barrier from the politicians to the people, right? The police interest is to safeguard the upper echelons of society against the poor people, not as a mandate in the Constitution, but holistically. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear you. I do.
Right?
And
no, you can debate that how you want. But I have facts and history to prove.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? We need constitutional reform.
We do.
We need to take that whole constitution and throw it in the garbage.
I'm not debating that we don't need constitutional reform. Huh?
Okay.
I think we do need constitutional reform.
Mm-hmm.
Badly need constitutional reform. But what I disagree with is the fact that the Constitution is not good enough now. Because it is.
You disagree with it?
It is very much sufficient now.
No, it's not.
I'll tell you why.
We were not that time.
I see that. But we went back in history, so I think
Yeah.
we should go back just to the most recent history with Gary Griffith.
Right.
He was appointed not through the normal process of appointing a commissioner of police. All
Okay.
right? Made a very valid point with how the service commissions are selected in Trinidad and Tobago.
Right.
That we could fix. All right. We could definitely look at fixing it. Even if we create a new constitution and we say the police service commissions or any service commissions in Trinidad will be appointed through a more regulatory way, where maybe elections or something like that, or
Right.
even through the president, but the president now elected through a different way.
Mhm.
Your issue, your analogy of influence can still happen, you know. It very well can still happen, right? Because that is the original issue that you're bringing up with the Constitution today. Influence is the problem in Trinidad and Tobago.
Correct.
We're very small. One of the things, and I know we're out of time, right?
Right.
But one of the things that this were like again other third party forces for, right? Because they brought this up, and it was a part of the Progressive Empowerment Party. One of the things that Philip or the PEP sorted to fix some of the policing issues in Trinidad is to allow for independency outside of Trinidad and Tobago to govern some of the
Police.
services in TNT.
So we gotta go. We gotta see.
We're gonna talk
about that tomorrow. Yeah. Because we have Alexander here tomorrow. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow. So until tomorrow, people, we gotta go. I know you guys enjoying the show. Until tomorrow, back here under the radar with yours truly, Heavy Duty and David Welch. Keep it safe.
Yes, and remember to keep shooting for the stars in everything that you do, Trinidad. If you can see it, then you can 100% be it. And the moment you choose to give up is the moment a new star is born. Have a great night from all of us here at Talk City 91.1 FM. See you tomorrow at 6.